Oh, what is up, Crazy X? It's a nice warm one out here today. It's about 80, 82, I think it's what my phone said. Actually, what does my car say? Because my car would be a little bit more. $87. I thought 82 felt a little off. So according to my car, it's 87. A little bit more accurate because I think the phones are kind of based off the airport. And then, of course, your car is based off wherever the temperature thing is in your car. Usually it's on the inside. But yeah. What happened today? Today, nice quiet day. Slept in. Talked to a friend about the Steelers game. Talked to him about the zombie players, Kobe Bryant and Michael Jackson on the Seattle Seahawks. Talked about that last night, too. And then I've been watching on the TikToc. There's this guy, Titanic Fan. I don't know, he keeps popping up, but like Titanic Fan 97 or something like that. And he's got like a huge collection of VHS Titanics. I'm like, what could I do? You know, I was trying to think and just kind of looked around at what VHSs I could find. Saw Forrest Gump. I'm like, that would be a good one. Saw this one. I'm like, that would be an interesting one. Of course, Saved by the Bell connection with Tiffany Amber Thiessen. But I got that. That way, if I ever run into Pauly Shore again. Such an interesting altercation last time with Pauly Shore. So I might get him to sign that. But I did see, I want to say that, it's like obviously you want something that can be kind of found. You don't want something that's so rare that you'll never find it. And I did came across another one. Animal House. Like, that's good. Because I can have kind of like, eventually kind of maybe like an Animal House type display type thing. Definitely a lot of different collectible things from Animal House. And I was in a live interactive version of Animal House. Makes sense. For those wondering, I played Flounder. So decided to go with that one. So kind of starting to build a little collection of Animal House. See how far we get on that. What else? So I was talking about questions, and I did get hit with a question yesterday, so I figured we'll answer that. Not so much about the retail, reselling, but what got me into karaoke. Well, not so much what got me into karaoke, but what got me into KJing. So I figured that would be a good thing. I could put that on the channel here. So what got me into KJing? Yep, keep honking your horn. Because, you got to press that lock button and the lock button and the lock button and the lock button. Because even though you hear the horn honk, it may not have locked, right? That's what that is someone just pressing their lock button. Anyways. So, it was kind of funny. I believe it was one of my bosses in my old job. And they were the bosses before the last boss that I had. But I think one of them said I should be a KJ. I'm like, he's gonna laugh, and I'm like, oh, you're trying to get rid of me? And they're like, no, but you like karaoke so much. I'm like, yeah, I like to sing. I don't, it's like it's different to be the singer as opposed to the host of the of everything. And then the next day, my assistant manager came up to me and he's like, yeah, you should be a KJ or something. I'm like, wait, what? 2 days? What's going on here? And then my other boss like, that's what I was telling him. And I'm like, okay, well, this is weird. And then I think this was like the fourth day. Like I think day 3, nothing weird happened. So I had one normal day, but then the following day I go out karaokeing, and there was a new KJ out there that night. And he's usually a bartender. He wasn't like karaoke guy, but he was running the karaoke. And then he's like, hey, if you know anyone that's looking to become a KJ, let me know. I'm like, dude, what is going on here? So I made mention to him. It's like, it's funny that you say that, because my bosses have all also been suggesting that I do that. And he's like, yeah, you should do it. And he's like, it's not that hard. And he's a guy who's also, he was a regular singer too. So, he's kind of from that position. And he's like, yeah, I learned in a day. I learned in a day how to do this. He's like, it's not really that complicated. I'm like, nah, I don't know. And he's like, well, if you want, come up here and I'll show you. I'll train you how to do it. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And he was just kind of filling in, like, obviously it wasn't his decision. But then he's like, yeah, I'll run it by, let the guy in charge know. And then all of a sudden, one of my friends got a hold of me, and he's like, so I hear you're wanting to be a KJ. I'm like, wait, what? And it was one of my old buddies who was a karaoke host. Actually was put in charge of the karaoke at this bar. So when you heard my name, he's like, he reached right out to me, and I kind of led into it. Started hosting karaoke there for about a year, and then one day I get a message, and it's, hey, before you go into work tonight, before you go into work tonight, call me. I'm like, okay, so maybe something's going on. Maybe there's gonna be a big group there, or there's gonna be a party there, because before you go to work. So do go to work, but before you go to work, get a hold of me. So I called him up, and he's like, yeah, so the bar closed yesterday. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. Like, no one really knew, but yeah, they closed yesterday. They're out of business. I'm like, So, it took a while off, and then another one of the regular karaoke guys had also expressed interest, so I was doing one night a week. The other guy was doing the other night a week. And I don't even know, 2-3 years later, my buddy who was doing the other night of karaoke reached out to me. He's like, hey, would you be interested in filling in for me? I'm like, yeah, like kind of had that itch to kind of get back in there. So, yeah. And then that's with the Graveyard, which is the bar that I'm working at now. So, yeah, Fridays, Saturdays, come out, catch me at the Graveyard, karaoke. The thing I like, as I always say, is that they have one of the best song lists. I remember, I was always the guy that would bring the CDs. I'd bring CDs for two reasons, and I would purchase them, and then I would start. They had some sites where you could download the files onto a CD, and then it kind of became on the thumb drive. But I would always purchase them. I'd get the rights. And the reason for it is because, well, one, it would be the same version of the song, because you go to one bar, they got one version, you go to another bar, it's a different version of the song, and sometimes the words are different, the beat's different, there's always subtle little differences. And it allowed me to kind of pick the songs, because there'd be a lot of songs that I like to do that weren't necessarily available. And with this new place, that's not an option that I have. There's no way of it's through a software. I have to run through this software, and I can't put in songs outside the software. But they actually have one of the best song selections out there. There's pretty much, there's one giant karaoke company, KJ company here. And they do upwards of, I would say, 90% of the bars. And they have a solid song selection, but there's a lot of those songs that I like to do that they don't have. And I don't know how many independent ones outside of this company that there are, but we're one of them. And there might be, I think I said this yesterday, 10 different songs that I would absolutely love to do that just aren't available. No place has them. Or not no place, but the other place, the major karaoke company, does not have these songs. Now this place, there might be 3 songs that I like to do that aren't available. There's probably more 20 songs that I really want to do that aren't there, but there are a lot fewer songs at this place. This place has such a huge song catalog, and it updates. It updates daily. So yeah, if you do want to see ahead of time, if you are here in the Salem, Oregon area, if you're coming out to Salem, Oregon, It's karafun.com. KARAFUN. First four letters karaoke. Karaoke's fun. karafun.com. Go to catalog. You can search for songs. As long as it's green, we have it. Gray is not available at this time. And I don't know if that means that they're in the process of becoming available, because there are songs that I'll search and there's just no record of them. So it's like, I don't know the major difference between why some are listed and some are gray is not available. But yeah, as long as it's green, it's good. We have it. So do come check us out. Fridays, Saturdays, Graveyard Bar here in Salem, Oregon. Fridays and Saturdays, 7 p.m. till 1 a.m. All right, hope you all have a wonderful day. Stay crazy, my friends. We'll see you back here real soon.